What is up, obscure mic people? Bark back at you with another microphone test review demo, whatever you want to call it. It is what you want it to be. And I've got with me from Lauten Audio, they sent it over. Thank you guys over at Lauten Audio, the LS-308, which is not necessarily intended to be a spoken word microphone, but Lauten Audio is so confident in the quality of this microphone and the things that this microphone can do that they're like, yeah, let's see what it does on spoken word. And I'll throw a guitar at it. I don't do that very often, but this is kind of a specialized microphone. I think it handles up to 135 dB of SPL, and it just is a absolute beast of a large diaphragm condenser microphone. From what I can tell, there's two large diaphragm capsules in this, and I'll show you that in the unboxing video. But this is an interesting one, and right now, it is in flat mode. There's filter switches on it, very similar to, if not exactly the same as the LS-208. But right now, it's flat, it's dark, it's smooth, it's not exactly flattering on the voice, but there's filter switches that we can play with and see if we can fine-tune it to a better voiceal quality. I like the word voiceal. That's not a word. Voiceal. It's like Fievel goes west. Voiceal goes west. Anyways, let's show you everything in a unboxing video, sort of. I say sort of because it comes in a box, but it's a very plain cardboard box. But with this beefy freaking beefcake of a case that I absolutely love. The LS-208 and 308 both come in this case, and it is awesome. Lauten Audio skimps on nothing. When you open up that beautiful case that Lauten Audio sends over, you're going to see a microphone and a hard mount that has the same lever, same hard mount as the LS-208, good quality. Love that long lever, makes it easy to tighten and untighten. That is so ingenious in my opinion on their part. Don't know if any other company's done it, but then we get a big windscreen that looks like it goes on a Zoom recorder, but alas, it goes on this. The microphone from Lauten Audio, the LS-308, comes in this bag. Got some silica gel in there somewhere. Heavy, nice, robust. Look at that thing. That is a strange one. It's got like a blimp on top. You got a half yoke that is just as good as the LS-208. Beautiful 5/8 threading. Got your filter switches on the back, your high pass 120 and 50, and your low pass 8 kilohertz and 10 kilohertz. And again, you look at the head basket here, there's a capsule back there. This is like a dual large diaphragm capsule. I don't know what they're accomplishing with this, but I am on board for it because to me, this makes it a little obscure. Really cool mic, really well built, absolutely beautiful. Let's get back to the video. All right, we're back. And before I do anything, I am very curious here on the Vocaster one. I'm just going to turn the processing button on and see what happens without just knowing anything yet. All right, processing button is on. This is what it sounds like with a one-touch processing on the Vocaster 1. And I just wanted to test that out real quick. Let's turn it off. All right, we're back to the natural sound of the microphone. Let's go through some filter switches first and foremost, because if I'm going to be doing a voice-focused video about this microphone, I feel like we should probably get to that point, and then we'll do the normal tests and then maybe guitar or whatever. But let's go. Low pass, I don't know why you would need it for voice. This could come in handy on a litany of things, but voice probably not going to be one of them. Let's do the 8 kilohertz first. All right, this is what it sounds like with the 8 kilohertz on. Getting darker and darker. Okay, clicking back didn't make a noise. Let's go to the 10 kilohertz. Now we're on the 10 kilohertz. Dark, dark, dark. Darkity, dark, dark, dark. Okay, back to regular flat mode. We're not going to use those on voice. We just don't need them. But again, Swiss Army knife in a studio right here. Again, not voice for those low passes, but I'm sure harps, things like that, things you want to beefing up, you can beef them up. The high pass here, this is what's probably going to give us more of a voice sound if we can eke that out of this. Let's go to 120 on the low pass first. All right, we're on 120. And there you go. All of a sudden, clearer, more prominent, more present. Let's turn on the processing now. On the Vocaster 1 from Focusrite, this is the one-touch processing sound. Not sure what setting it's on. I don't have the Vocaster One software even installed yet on this new to me used computer, because everything's new to me used. Vocaster One software. Get that going while we're doing this, But this is that first high pass filter, 120 hertz roll off, gets a lot clearer. Let's turn the processing back off. We don't really need that on right now. And now let's go ahead and switch over to the 50 hertz high pass filter real quick right now. Okay, now we're on the 50 hertz. So now we've still got some beefy low end, but not all that low end is gone. We'll go ahead and do the one touch processing here. One touch processing is on Vocaster One, and this is what that sounds like in this 50 hertz roll off. This is what it sounds like, still nice and dark and smooth, but there is a little bit of top end clarity that's not quite there. Let's see if I can install. Let's install this real quick and see if I can get that was radio setting is what we were on. Let's go to a bright setting on the Vocaster One here. And now we're on the bright setting on the 50 hertz. Let's do the bright setting on the 120. All right, there we go. So now we've got a bright setting on the Vocaster hub, and that sounds okay. Let's try clean. How about clean? This is the clean sound on the Vocaster One with the LS-308. We'll go to warm, and this is the warm on the Vocaster One with the LS-308. Just fun to play around with it. I'm going to turn everything off real quick. All right, everything is off now. Vocaster hub, I'm done with you. You can go away. You can go away. Let's go ahead and we'll go back to flat mode. Now we are completely in flat mode yet again, and we're going to throw some plosives and stuff at this. Peter, Piper, pick to peck, a pickle pine. It's bad. It's just bad. Plosives are bad, but again, not exactly intended to be a vocal mic. Let's put the windscreen on. How weird is that? Literally like having Thor's hammer on your mic arm. With the power of Thor, I compel you to play guitar in me. Maybe I will in a minute. I don't know. But yeah, this is what that sounds like. Kind of fun. Let's get right on top of the LS-308 so you can hear what it sounds like when you are directly on top of this thing. This is what it sounds like. Y'all ready for the craziness that's going to happen next? Because this is the craziness. Now, let me just say, voice-wise, LS-208, much, much, much more preferred for me than the LS-308. The LS-308, its use cases are going to be many, many, many. Voice, you can make it work. You can make it happen. But if you are primarily a voice actor, voiceover artist, podcaster, YouTuber, and you like the Lauten audio mics, the LS-208, which is my mic of choice right now. Me and Bronson just did a new obscure hotline episode with it. Love that microphone. But this is going to be your studio Swiss Army knife. And here is what's crazy about it. Miking up guitars, miking up drums, miking up anything that you need direct source on, like kick drum, snare, whatever. And you got a busy drummer maybe that's just all over the place, rocking, rolling, metal, and you really want one sound source to be just clean without everything else bleeding in. Check this out. So I'm going to take the microphone. I might as well take it off the stand. Talking into the front of this microphone, I'm going to turn it 90 degrees off axis rejection. What the shit just happened? What just happened to this condenser microphone? 180 degrees, 90 degrees yet again. And then back around slowly. Look at that. Seriously. To the front of the microphone. That is something. That's something. And you know what Lauten Audio told me? They told me that it could reject highway noise. Okay. They told me that, and I was like, this is destiny. I do a podcast called In the Car with Bark. Link is in the description of my videos, at least from the last month or so. Don't watch it if you don't want to know my opinions on life stuff, because that's what I do. I talk about what I'm thinking about with a mic mounted to my crap handle in my car. I'm that addicted to recording podcasts and spoken word. If you want to check it out, by all means do, but I'm warning you, I'm very opinionated on there. If you want me to just stick to the topic, don't go there. If you like the audio stuff, stay here. If you're interested in other stuff, I guess you could go there. Just don't hate me for my opinions, because I am opinionated. They said it would reject highway noise. I do that podcast. How much more perfect does it get? Let's go to the highway test. All right, so the folks at Lauten Audio tell me that this thing will cut out lots of background noise, maybe even highway noise. So if you know anything about some of the projects I do, one of the projects I do is called In the Car with Bark. It is a podcast, and it is also in video form on my self-titled Bark channel. So you can go check that out. But how is the off-axis rejection doing on this condenser microphone on the highway? Is it cutting out the highway noise? There's a lot of noise. I'm going down a hill very fast. I'm impressed with the off-axis rejection of this thing, but is it truly so good that maybe this is what I should use for every episode of In the Car with Bark? Let me tell you something. I don't play a lot of guitar, and I'm not real good, but we're going to play a little tune for you today called Obscure Mike Still Sucks. First in flat mode. Let's throw on a high pass filter real quick for y'all. That was the 120. Let's go 50. Let's low pass it up. 8 kilohertz first. 10 kilohertz. All right, we're going to put it in high pass 120 hertz mode. Let's run the electric guitar test. Have a little fun with that. Again, I'm not a good guitar player, but here we go. All right, so LS-308, really interesting microphone. If I were to use this, I would probably use it on In the Car with Bark with this low cut filter enabled. I do a little post-processing, but that off-axis rejection is absolutely fantastic for a condenser microphone. Studio mic, I think this works really, really well for a lot of applications. It is passable for vocal work, but it would not be my first choice by any means. Wouldn't be my second, third, or fourth either. Again, Lauten Audio, appreciate you sending it to me. They knew it wasn't a vocal mic, but they knew it could be if you wanted a Swiss Army knife for your studio that you could also throw on and get usable audio quality. Low post-processing, and you can do whatever you want with this. You can make this pretty flat sounding and go from there. Lift things here, drop things there. You're going to be able to use it. So if you need a Swiss Army knife, this is one of those. Swiss Army mic. There's no knife in it. Doesn't have a knife that pops out of the side or anything like that. With the look of it, you'd think maybe there was some hidden stuff in there, like maybe guns, knives. nunchucks, stuff like that. But there's not. BBSAR time. Swiss Army knife on this one at $498 right now. I would give this as a studio Swiss Army knife on the BBSAR. I would give it an 8. I think it's a very strong buy for a studio microphone. Vocally, though, we probably go with more of something like a 5. I mean, you can make it work, but again, it's just not going to be the first choice for pretty much anyone. But so many use cases for this microphone. I think it's a really cool mic. Again, voice, not so much, but everything else, drums, guitar, I think this could be absolutely great for you in a home studio where you do more than just talk. And if you do only have the budget for one mic and you're primarily a musician that will use it to do voice stuff occasionally, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. You just need to learn your EQ, learn your processing, because I would not use this one in any of the modes without doing some post-processing afterwards. So there's that. But overall, I think this thing is really freaking cool. And even though it's from a very reputable and good company like Lauten Audio, it still is somewhat obscure because of the just build and the design and just the thought that goes behind it. Totally freaking cool. Thanks, Lauten Audio, for sending it over. I've had a blast with this one, especially in the car where I would use it for voice in that application because I think it worked really well there. Studio podcasting and stuff, I'm going with my LS-208. So, Lauten Audio, thank you guys yet again. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'm out of here. This one, it's out of here. So cool. I'm going to say, obscure mics. See, got it on my cuts like a knife. Peace out.